What is going on, guys? Noah White here again for another video. Sorry it's been a while. I realize I haven't posted anything in probably like 2 weeks, so this video is going to be probably pretty short. Just giving an update on the Civic. I remember we last left off working on the Civic. I did get it running, and I did run into some issues with the cooling fan. I thought that the cooling fan that I bought was bad, but it wasn't bad. It turns out I just had it plugged into the wrong connector, so plugged it back into the right connector, zip tied it together, and I let it idle and the fan comes on and it's doing just fine. So there hasn't been any coolant leaks. Just had that issue with the fan is all. And so now I did have to relocate the battery. I do remember mentioning that in the last video, so I went on ahead and did that. I didn't want to do that, but unfortunately there's just no room to run the battery where it should be, so I just moved it to the trunk, bought some cables, bought some kind of like cheap battery tray from like my local parts store, and just mounted it very crudely in the trunk. But it's in there and it shouldn't have any issues. I'll show you guys that in a moment. Today I'm probably just going to drive it. I do want to drive it to, I'm going to drive it to a shop that's not too far from me. The original plan was to drive it to my buddy's house, but turns out he's like on vacation and he's not going to be back for a couple weeks. So there is a chance that I won't be able to be even driving this Civic for a couple weeks, because I do need my downpipe fixed. It's literally only like 1 foot long, and that's just not long enough. So I want to make sure I can get some good readings for the wideband. But where the O2 sensor is placed now, it's really close to the exit of the exhaust, and I don't want it to be getting some false readings of like outside oxygen and whatnot, so I do need to get that addressed. But I am going to drive it to another shop today, see how much he'll charge me to just kind of fab up something real quick. If it's just way too much money, to be completely honest, I mean, I don't need to have it fixed right this second, so likely I'll just wait for my buddy to get back. But nonetheless, we can still drive the car. It's on the stock computer, stock injectors. There is no wideband gauge, there's no boost gauge, none of that. I don't plan on doing anything crazy with it. I'm literally just driving it from my house to the shop. So mainly I just want to see if it's going to overheat, if it's going to leak anything, stuff like that. So let me just show you guys the battery and just show you guys around the car, maybe give you a quick rundown on what it's going to be and what I would like it to be. That way whoever is watching and new to the channel, you can definitely see what I'm after here. It's looking good in the front. Still haven't got the bumper on, but I don't know, I'm probably just going to drive it like this for a little bit until I get around to trimming out the bumper and getting that all sorted out. So for now I just kind of have the stuff just zip tied up here for now. I'm just running around like a true Civic boy, one of the Honda guys. But yep, everything's in there. I still don't have a dump pipe for my wastegate yet, so I'll have to sort all that out. But main goal right now is just to try and see what's up with this downpipe. But here's the excuse the mess in the trunk. I just haven't got around to cleaning it out, but just got the battery mounted right here. Got some 4 gauge battery cable running around all through there underneath the carpet and everything, back up through the firewall, and then I just went on ahead and ran the ground just right here. So that's all together. This thing's solid in here, so that should serve its purpose for now. Got the stock fans there and the exhaust and whatnot. Like I said, I need to clean it out, but this should work for now. I have started it. It does run, battery charges and everything. So I'll show you in the engine bay how I got that ran. Let me get something to prop this hood up. So I went on ahead and routed the battery cable just straight through the firewall like all my other wires are. And I mean, I try to make things as nice as I can, but let's be honest, it's just a Civic. It's not gonna be that nice. So I went on ahead and just routed it to this, which is like a distribution block for an amplifier or a capacitor, stuff like that. So it can accept 0 to 4 gauge wire in. Then it has 4 outs. One of those outs is going to the starter. One of them is going to feed the fuse box, and the other one is feeding my remember when I did the upgraded fuel pump relay, so that's feeding that. But Yep, just right there. Should serve its purpose. But yeah, here it is, guys. Honestly, I'm loving the way it looks. So this is more or less how this car should be, you know, driving, just like this. Shouldn't give me any issues. I don't know, I'm about to go drive it right now and see what it'll do. Like I said, this is for those of you who are new to the channel, just a quick recap. This is a 1989 Civic sedan. This is a 1998 B series engine, a B18 B1 non-VTEC out of a 94 through 01 Integra. Nothing spectacular about it at all. I literally am running like a $200 manifold and turbo kit I found on OfferUp. Got me a 44mm wastegate from Summit Racing. Again, I don't have it, there's no dump on it at all. It's not recirculated in anything, but on this drive, I'm not gonna be making any boosts, so it should never open up and it should be fine. But yeah, that's the little Summit Racing gate right there. Just got a normal, you know, dash 4 turbo feed. Just ran up here. It was $18 on Amazon. I got it running to a glow shift oil sandwich adapter deal. So got that on there, the oil filter on there. And I'm running a CX Racing intercooler kit. This was the most expensive thing. It was 300 bucks. It comes with the blow-off valve, comes with all that stuff on there, so I got that on. Vacuum lines ran up here, and it's just teed off right here where the stock fuel pressure regulator deal is. I am going to be running the stock fuel pressure regulator. These are 1-to-1 from the factory. I've run them in the past before up to about 400 horsepower, and I never had any issues with them. I'm not going to run a gauge because it's already set at what it's set at. I don't know what these are set at from the factory. I'm thinking they're set around like 38 pounds maybe, and obviously that'll rise as I apply boost to it. Right now I have the stock B series injectors in here, 240cc injectors. These aren't going to make any power at all. I mean, they might allow me to make 1 pound of boost, but not with the stock computer. I am running the stock computer, stock injectors. I do plan on I got a set of free injectors from a subscriber. They're WRX injectors that are 440cc injectors. I do plan on running those, just not at the moment. And yeah, stock computer right now, it's just on the stock. Everything is stock. I even have just a stock O2 sensor ran down there into the downpipe. So as you can see, my downpipe, it's just not long enough. It's literally just pointed at the ground. So this thing is very loud. Hoping I don't get pulled over or something dumb like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Super simple setup. It's a GT30R turbo. It has a really small back housing on it, maybe like a 0.5 something back housing. It's very tiny, so it should spool fast. The guy I bought it from said he made 400 wheel, no problem. So I know I'm not going to be making 400 wheel. I mean, the goal with this thing, I am going to just run it on E85, see how far the WRX injectors get me. I'm thinking that'll get me around 4 or 5 pounds of boost, and that should be good enough for, I don't know, I'm hoping around 220 to 250 wheel, and that should be plenty for a car that weighs 2,000 pounds. So yeah, got a cheap little radiator from Amazon, 120 bucks, came with the fan, and then I just wired that into the factory wiring. Got this just sitting over here for now until I figure out what to do with it, but you guys know, when you know the rules, you know what you can get away with. So voila, here it is. So yeah, I'm just going to start this thing up, let it warm up a little bit, and drive it over to the shop, and I hope he's there. So we'll see, but I'll see you guys in a minute. Made it over to the shop, no problem. Didn't overheat or anything like that at all. In fact, everything ran pretty good. Obviously, it's just a stock exhaust and stock everything, so nothing leaked as far as I could see. Go check it out, show you guys. Everything is good. Nothing's leaking on the ground or anything, so far so good. Just gonna go over here, step into this guy's shop. I don't know if he's gonna let me film, so if I can film, I will. If I can't, then I won't. But so far though, everything is good. Just took it on a drive. The drive was probably about, I don't know. It was probably like a 20 or 30 minute drive, maybe 20-minute drive, and so everything seems fine. It's hella bright out here. So yeah, let me just go talk to this guy and see what he can do, and I'll get back to you guys in a minute. Well, made it back to the house. The car ran great. I left it idling right now, just so I can just make sure there's no leaks or anything like that, and everything is good, guys. Still running good. Nothing leaking at all. Doesn't overheat or anything like that, so far so good. Hopefully you guys got to hear the turbo in there. It sounds awesome. Yeah, so unfortunately I wasn't really able to film much in the guy's shop, and that's fine, I understand that. So he did say he can do it, however he's just really backed up time wise. So, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, my buddy said that he could do it for me. He's just gone on vacation for like a couple weeks, so likely I'm not gonna have this downpipe done in a couple weeks. So I do like to be able to put a video out at least every week for you guys. As far as the Civic is concerned, I'm just gonna have to postpone progress on it for now. The only thing I really need to do to this thing is tune it, but I can't tune it with that downpipe like that. It's not gonna work correctly. And I still do need to order a couple things to get it all wired up. So my goal is to just run this on the EMU, just like I have the Lexus, because I absolutely love that software. It's been working really good, and I have no complaints for the price that you pay for it compared to all the other standalones and what it can do. I'm very impressed with it, so I'm definitely going to run the same thing on this. Yeah, I know I could probably run Honda or some kind of old, tuning software like Neptune or Chrome or I forget the other name of the other ones, but I'm not going to do all that. I'm just literally going to run it on a standalone right out of the gate. That way I won't have any issues or anything like that. So, but like I said, the car's running good. I don't have any issues with it at all. Unfortunately, I'll just have to wait until I can get this downpipe sorted, and also I'm gonna have to do something about the wastegate dump because I don't have a pipe in there at all. But I'll figure all that stuff out. But yeah, I know this is kind of a boring video, but I did want to get the car out, drive it, make sure it didn't overheat. I drove it around 30 minutes to an hour or so in traffic and on the freeway and whatnot, and it did perfectly fine. So yeah, I'm excited for it, and I hope you guys are excited to see what it's going to do. I'm excited to just, get it on the dyno, hopefully, and for my current power goals, it'd be nice to make anything over 200 wheel is fine. Anything over 200 wheel in these cars is pretty quick. So yeah, hopefully you guys can stay tuned. I do have another video coming up on the Lexus probably next week, so just look out for that. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.